Hello everybody, to a new series that's, I'm not going to say infinite, but it's a game that could be an infinite series depending on how much people like it, or maybe I hate it. Either way, I enjoy playing it, so I'll be playing it. If you haven't heard of Slay the Spire, you probably don't like card games all that much, in which case, oh boy. This is a card game that masquerades as an RPG of sorts, or a roguelike, or is it roguelite? I don't know, it resets after every time you fail or win, either way. I have had a bit of a win, well I don't want to say a win streak, because, I mean, I literally just won once, but then it's kind of dicey on whether I win or not. For this one, we will be going through a standard run with the Ironclad on a non-ascension run, just to get everybody who doesn't know what this game is used to the mechanics. And Ironclad, I don't want to say is the simplest character, but his relic is really nice when you're starting out, because you're probably going to need it. You're probably going to need that HP. And welcome to the first real choice we have of the game. It might not look like a big one, but it can be pretty influential, and before you make any decisions, I usually look at the map to see, one, who the boss is. I know who that boss is, so that is going to influence this entire first floor and how I build my deck. For those who don't know, this is my deck. Vulnerable, well, it tells you right there what vulnerable does. I don't have to tell you. So let's plan our route first. The option was obtain 100 gold. Is there any use for that early? Well, there is an early shop here. You could, theoretically, that's a pretty good opening 3 floors as well, so you get even more gold from there. Problem is, oh, no, it does lead right into an elite, which is right where we want to go. Unfortunately, that leads right into this elite, which is not really where I want to go. There's no conceivable way of getting 2 elites unless I take the super powerful elite, which you have to take the super powerful elite if you want to face the final boss, like Act 4, otherwise you just face a regular old Act 3 boss. But who dares wins, right? We're going for the 100 gold. I don't know if it's really the best value, but it should hopefully get us a relic by the time we get to that shop, provided these 3 hallway fights here should give us gold. I don't know if it'll give us enough for a really good relic, but it should give us enough for a relic. Anyway, pretty obvious. Reduce their HP to 0 before they reduce yours to 0. It's almost like a math game of sorts. Not really. I don't want to scare people away from the game. It's not math the game, though this game should be used in a school, I will argue that, but yeah, each enemy has different things. This enemy in particular, the cultist, raises his strength every 3 every turn, so you don't want it to take forever, which is generally where Ironclad comes in handy. He's very aggressive, or at least you should be aggressive. Now, this... You know, normally I'd love ghostly armor. I know you'd probably think I'd be going for ghostly armor, but the reason I'm not going for ghostly armor right out of the gate is this could be Gremlin Knob. This could be Gremlin Knob. If this is Gremlin Knob, that'd be better. This could be Gremlin Knob. And that elite punishes skills hard. So, but anger is just so... That sounds good, but I'm just, you know what, I'm just gonna skip these. This is, I mean, maybe it's not the right decision. I don't know. But that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, as you see, I recover 6 HP at the end of everything, so you kinda just have an extra 6 HP you can play around with. You want to use that to be as aggressive as you can. Unlike Silent or the Defect. Let's see, that would take 5 damage. Yeah, that would actually work. And would set me up for next turn. So, provided we kill him this turn, which it does not look like we will, but we should be able to kill him next turn, we'll have come out a net neutral, which is good. We just need 2 attacks, which is precisely what we got. You see how this game works. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I guess I'll take an Iron Wave. That's good against Gremlin Knob. It's not that good against Lagavulin, or Lavavulin, I forget his name. It looks like a broom. I mean, any of these work. but Iron Wave just has so much value against Knob. It's just it's a funny name, I know. But Reckless Charge, I like Wild Strike, but Reckless Charge, it is 0. Dazed, as you see there, it's unplayable, but it does at least evaporate or exhaust when you're done. I'm gonna go with Iron Wave here. Iron Wave is not exactly a great card, in my experience, but it's better than having, like... Don't know why someone's stomping in the round upstairs in the middle of the frickin' night, but here they are now, aren't they? Anyway, it's not exactly a great card, but there's certainly worse cards. The worst cards in your deck are these. Your basic strikes and your basic defends. I shouldn't have to explain why they're the worst, but they're the worst because they have the worst value of any cards you could have. Whereas with Iron Wave, at least get you, you know, block and attack for the same 1 energy. I really don't like Snecko Oil unless you have a very expensive deck. I usually end up throwing those away. Oh. I am an absolute slut for Inflame, so we're gonna go with Inflame. God damn you. You had to pick the most expensive things and put them in this one, didn't you? Well, everything that scales off strength here, worth a crap. You do have a Cleave, which I'm eyeing, and these two I'm eyeing pretty hard. Now, normally I would recommend going for relics, but since I'm not picking up a cauldron just to get 1 freaking potion, that's off the table now, isn't it? I thought with the three fights before, I might have enough Molten Egg, or either one of these would be lovely. Because if you get these early enough in a run, I mean, they're just so high value, like everything you'd pick up. Like if I had Frozen Egg, Feel No Pain would be automatically upgraded. But Feel No Pain right now is not really a good card for this deck. I don't have anything that exhausts, and it'll just be a dead draw, so... Really good if you're in the right decks, like if you have friggin' Corruption, or if you have Dead Branch. Dead Branch and Corruption is just off the charts. Wacky, but... I'm gonna go the plebeian way here, and actually I'm gonna remove a card. I'm going to remove... let's see, I have 4 strikes, I have 5 strikes, excuse me, I have 4 defense. We're gonna remove a strike. Because I added a Cleave. We want to keep, I don't want to say you want to keep the deck too thin. There are advantages to having thicker decks, but it's really just kind of a balancing act between you want your hands to be the highest value you can, so you try and get rid of the lowest value stuff while adding higher value things. So you see strikes 6 damage for 1, Cleaves 8 damage to everybody for 1. You see where I'm going at here. I'm not trying to over-explain the game, I'm just telling you the way I play it. That's all that is. I need to upgrade Inflame. I forgot the unupgrade's only 2 strength. Now with Silent, you'd probably want to defend. With Ironclad, we're just gonna eat the 4 damage. And, it'll work. And you know what? I really should have done this a lot differently. I was talking more than I was actually playing. That's not a good thing. We're gonna eat 2 damage here unnecessarily. And we didn't get the most value from our... that would not kill you, so I'm going to defend, because we can kill you next turn. The vulnerable will not last, but yeah, I was gonna say, I should be getting draws of, that. Bludgeon is just too good early on. I mean, it just makes some of the elite fights a joke. I'm gonna upgrade Bludgeon. I know I said I was gonna upgrade Inflame, but Bludgeon just does so much damage. It can just knock the piss out of almost any elite early on. This is actually good. So what he's doing is getting ready to prepare Rage. Rage, every time you use a skill, like Block, or Defend in this case, he gains 2 strength. You can quickly see how this could be bad if you play very defensively. You cannot play defensively against old Nobby here. Now that is a skill. You can use powers. And this is exactly why I said Iron Wave provides so much value. Now I could use Shrug It Off, but if I use Shrug It Off, he's gonna get stronger, and he's not gonna die anytime soon. Let's just eat the damage. Yeah, 44 damage. That'll work. Next turn, he might die. I hope he dies. He will die. There we are, Stone Calendar. I actually really like Stone Calendar, but it's not exactly great on Ironclad. It's better on Silent, in my opinion, because she's like a... Funny enough, the assassin's kind of like the defensive character. I already have Bludgeon. Do I really need Carnage? Not really. Do I have any card draw? Not particularly, but Pummel Strike's not exactly fantastic either. Sword Boomerang does scale off strength, but we're not really a strength deck quite just yet. Pommel Strike... I don't know why I'm eyeing Pommel Strike. Carnage is just, I mean, if we don't draw Bludgeon, or if we draw Bludgeon and Carnage, Carnage is basically useless and you can't use it and it'll evaporate since it's ethereal, so I'm a little wary of picking it up. If I didn't have Bludgeon though, I'd be picking Carnage 100% right now. I'm gonna skip this, probably a mistake. Don't really know that though. Let's see, what's the next fight? That's either Lagavulin or the 3 Sentries. I'm going to assume that's the 3 Sentries, so I'm going to upgrade Cleave. Cleave, with Bludgeon, in that fight will destroy them. It's also a pretty good upgrade. The Cleave is decent against Lagavulin, since it's just 1 energy for 11 damage. Lagavulin, though, the strength will be more helpful. Bottle Flame, what do we want? Oh my god. We're set, boys. Every turn we will have Bludgeon. First run. Which means we can just erase somebody. If we so desired it. Not that. And we do so desire it, because the name of the game is not to take damage. Killing things quickly takes damage off the table. So, yeah, it's a win-win all around. Now these things, when you hit them, they curl up and receive 4 block. Not a big deal, considering they lose the block at the end of the turn. And they don't really grow any stronger, so... Yep. This turn pretty much plays itself now, doesn't it? I do play probably too fast. Yeah, this is just totally overkill, but why not? Boom. Sever Soul, again, is not a bad pick for the first act. You really want front-loaded damage. The way that goes is, Act 1, you want front-loaded damage. I do need more block against that guy, though. None of these have block. Warcry is decent in a Feel No Pain deck because it does exhaust itself. So it's a 0-cost 3 or 4 block card, depending if you upgrade the Feel No Pain or not. Excuse me. As a card draw, though, I used to like it. I don't like it so much anymore, so I'm going to skip this. And this will make or break the first floor, how this goes. Who's it going to be? I almost hope it's the 3 Sentries. Well, I guess my wish is granted now, isn't it? Goodbye. You really want to kill one of the ones on the outside first. Because if you don't, the way it goes is... This one attacks first, and then this one and this one both attack at the same turn. You really don't want that to happen. So, yeah. You're gonna eat a little bit of damage here. It's gonna happen. Just need to lay back and accept that. Alright? You're the Ironclad for a reason. Get used to it, Grunt. As you see, the flaming enemies tend to have a bonus. This one has Metallicize. That's pretty much the worst thing we could have hoped for in this fight. We're probably going to end up relying on Stone Calendar at some point in this. But yeah, Metallicize, Ironclad has in his deck pool, or in his card pool. You can get that, and I really love it. It does exactly what it says at the end of the turn. You get 4 block. I always love me some passives in games. Arguably, I should have used Speed Potion. I would not be taking damage this turn, but I like saving it until bosses. I have that too good to use syndrome, baby. I do. Might as well inflame here, get more powerful. And we'll only take 1 damage this turn, down to 60 HP. Not a bad outcome in this fight, in the least bit, in my opinion. You know, I'm just gonna erase you, because I don't want to take damage, and you're higher HP anyway. Now you know why I love Bludgeon. It's not a very good scaling card, but in the early going, it's pretty nice. How do we want to play this? What's up? We We do still have bludgeon. I think I'm just gonna go more defensive then, because I'm just waiting to draw a bludgeon and you're dead. And why take more damage senselessly when we don't have to? You're dead. Woo! Now the emerald key is you get that from killing the flame and the strong elites. We don't. Well, shockwave is really good, but we really kind of need more block. Now, I think this is the first bonfire we've been to. You can either rest, which I'm not going to do. You can recall, which will get you 2/3 of the way to the boss. And the third one you get from basically passing up on treasure and treasure chest rooms. I'm going to smith here because it's really high value to do so. It's one of these 4 cards. We're not going to upgrade the strength and the attack and defense first. For this boss, you really need block. And card draw's really nice. I'm actually going to upgrade Shrug It Off. Because this boss has tons of thorns, as I recall. What do you got for me, Jack? Oh, you got Reaper. Oh, you got Immolate. Immolate's not really that useful against this boss, but in Act 2, you will save so much HP by having Immolate. Because there's so much... Like I was going to say, Act 1 is all about front-loaded damage, Act 2 is all about AoE damage, and Act 3 is about scaling, if you can scale worth a crap or not. Which is where strength or spot weakness would come into play. I prefer Inflame to spot weakness, but spot weakness is mathematically, if you can use it, the most efficient way to increase your strength, except barring Limit Break, I think. Obviously. I mean, Immolate's not bad against this boss. If you upgrade it, it does 28 damage to everybody. You know, I'm gonna roll the dice here and assume I can kill this boss. I'm gonna plan for the future. I'm a future boy. That will not quite erase you, and that makes me sad. Shit. I am very... You know what? Screw it. It can't be much. If this gets bludgeoned down to anything below 2, I'll be a happy boy. Anything below 3, I'll be a happy boy. Go fuck yourself, RNG. Just go. Actually, you know what? That will save me some, That will actually do something for me. That's the bigger threat. That thing sucks. I will be ending this on a lower HP than I started. I'm not thrilled about that, but it is what it is. This thing will be dead next turn. If I'd upgraded Immolate, this would already be done, but this is done now. I think that's the first time I've ever used a Snecko potion. We do need more. We'll get a True Grit here. True Grit's pretty good. But for now, we're gonna upgrade. We're gonna upgrade Inflame. The sooner we get that upgraded, the more value we'll get from it. Usually it's better to upgrade than it is to rest, like, all the time. Now the question here is, do we immediately send him into his defensive thing? Or do we, you know what, I think we gotta scale. It's less damage, front-loaded, but this fight is real. It's like the least front-loady fight you'll need. This fight's all about, you know what, we'll just do it this way. That takes him down to 22. We cannot get in there. So we're gonna have to eat some damage, but we're not gonna eat as much damage as you probably thought we're gonna eat. I don't like eating damage, but apparently we didn't really need that bash anyway. We kind of needed that bash. But oh well. We'll deal with it. We always do. No sense doing anything at that point. You know what, why not? I know we're loading our deck up with burns, but we're doing a decent amount of damage in the process. Shit. You know what? You gotta play it. It's only 16 damage. We will be fine. I know it doesn't look like we'll be fine, but we'll be fine. Probably. Play that first. play that second, and we're just gonna have to hope it gets rid of the burn. Thank you for not getting rid of the burn, jackass. If you upgrade True Grit, it's a lot better, because you can actually choose what you exhaust. Exhaust cards do not come back. They're just gone from combat forever. So, you know, keep that in mind. That's gonna get rid of 2, it goes down to 11. See, I'm gonna be a little more conservative here, because again, if we draw, I was gonna say bludgeon, you know what, do that. And then that puts down to, you know what, now if we draw bludgeon, it's an instant game over to him, so we win. Yay. Oh, you know what? I love the idea of Barricade, but this is not the deck for Barricade. Brutality is great if you have something like Rupture. Rupture is where if you use a card that does damage to you, you gain strength for every time you lose damage from a card. So Brutality is like 1 strength or 2 strength every single turn if you have that combo, but I don't. So we're gonna go Reaper here because it's AoE, and it's really good sustain, especially with Inflame. Wow, all these relics are not what I wanted in the least. I don't want Pandora's Box. We don't have a lot of defense. We need those defense. So, Runic Pyramid can really screw you in the second one if you get a lot of dazes in your deck, and I know at least a couple encounters that will do just that, so I'm actually going to take Runic Cube. It's not fantastic, but it's the best out of these decisions. Best out of these to me. I was hoping for a Sozu, or possibly, like, I don't know, freaking Busted Crown I'd even take at this point, because our deck's pretty nice and mean right now, so... Okay, elites here, there's 3 of them. There's the Goblin Leader, there's the Stabbing Book, I think, and then the third one is... the Slavers, I want to say. Where's the Flaming Elite? Just, is there not one on this floor? No, there's none on this floor. That's interesting. Where's treasures at? Okay, you cannot miss a treasure. Where's the rest sites at on this? On this floor, I usually try and go to the events. The events generally seem like better than the first floor. Plus, I don't like facing a lot of the elites. I do want to face one at least, so I'm looking at this path. It'll give us a shop after getting a... Hopefully in an event they'll give us some money, and then get a lot of upgrades going this way, and we should be set. So we want to start here. This is all just completely off the cuff. I have no idea if this is actually intelligent what I'm doing in the least. Just by the way. Worst draw of all time, I'll just throw it out there. I don't really want to eat 10 damage right out the gate, but this thing, the Chosen, is... Remember that enemy I said puts shitloads of dazes into your deck? Well, you met her. Or maybe that's a dude, I don't know, looks like a woman to me. But this is it. This is the encounter. Is it worth it taking 10 damage to end this fight a hell of a lot quicker? I think it is. I don't know if it is. This might come back to haunt me. 21, 26... Oh, you gotta play Immolate. Actually, you didn't have to, but... We're gonna. Now, what she's doing is getting ready to put a Hex on us. When she puts a Hex on us, if we use any skill or power, basically if we don't use an attack, she puts a Daze into our draw pile, I believe. Not our discard, which is even worse. That would do 8... 9, so that would do 17, not enough to kill you, so I am just going to do this. And then this should kill you next turn. I don't like eating 20 damage on the first freaking fight, but here we are now, aren't we? Well, 14 damage, I guess. Headbutt's really nice, especially with Bludgeon, so I think I'm actually going to take it. I have too good to use syndrome sometimes. I am going to hope I'm not going to die here, and I'm going to take a preemptive stand against dying, generally. I am not giving up Cleave. Do I have a shop coming up? Yes, I do. Essence of Steel is worse than Metallicize because every time you get hit, it takes off a stack. So if you have something hit you 3 times, like, or 5 times, it's basically useless. So I'm going to give it up for a relic. Oh my god, that's such great. That is such a good... Well, not for Ironclad. Ironclad, this kind of sucks. But if you're silent, you get a shuriken. Oh, you're living life in the fast lane. You're cooking with gas. Why do you do this every fucking time? Oh my god. Every time I go to a shop on camera. Every time when I'm off camera, I can just barely afford the relics. When I'm on camera, nope. Nope. I think I'll just remove a card here, honestly. I've added 1, 2... Actually, it was 1, 2... Where's my bludgeon at? Oh, that's what I can remove. Wait. Yeah, I've added 1, 2, 3. I've added 1, 2... I think I should get rid of an attack. That will overall improve the quality of our deck, I think. It is a little bit... You know what? A headbutt is better than a strike, so I'm not too mad at doing that. And we are planning on still taking this elite fight up here. This might be a mistake, but I'm planning... Oh, hell, this group. You can guess what I think of this group, just from the... Oh, hell, this group. This setup is not what I want on this group. I don't really think it's worth using a power potion, though. This will do 26 damage, because I take half. You'd think you'd want to take this one out, wouldn't you? I mean, you could take something out if you bludgeoned and then use the poison potion, but that's... The poison potion's better served facing other random encounters in this. But these things are buffing their strength up, and I think I'll just eat the 5 damage and go after this one. Yeah. Because it has highest HP, and every strength they get, they'll do 2, 2, 2, 2, 2! And you can see just how terrible that would be. Now that would only add... That'd do 7 damage to all of them, and, well, 3 damage to all of them. I'd only get a 9 heal. It's not really worth using unless these things are on the ground. That would kill this one, but then I'd still be looking at 15 damage. Oh, all these choices suck. I could cleave, Iron Wave, and then defend. That would give me 5, 12 block, yep, 5, 10 block, which would, oh, I'd only eat... I don't think cleave would kill that, though. Well, Iron Wave would. We're gonna do it this way. I don't know if it's the best way, if you're still alive. I think that answered the, was this the best way to handle the situation? The answer was no, by the way. But we're gonna continue. We're gonna finish what we started, by God. Barok cannot do math. Welcome to Barok Can't Do Math Storytime. I mean, Runic Cube is not bad. Actually, no, I thought that was the first time, but I guess it's every time. That's not really a good thing to... It's really good with Torii Gate, though. But we don't have Torii Gate, do we? Say no, we don't. Well, what's in my discard? Well, shrug it off, yes, of course. We need to effectively do 44 damage. There's no way we're doing 44 damage in this turn. It's just not gonna happen. This would do 10 you know what? This is actually a decent turn for a Reaper. So why the hell not? I mean, it does get us a little bit of health back. I'm not thrilled about the way that went down, but it's the way it went down, damn it. That will do well, that will do it. Again, I'm not a huge fan of eating damage. but at some point you can only do so much. That would give a... You know, we outscale you pretty hard. So we're going to take advantage of said scaling. And not take damage if we don't have to. That will do 23 damage, ending your life. And we're still above 50 HP. I'm a little worried about the path I've chosen now, but I could veer off into this land. Since I don't have any money anyway, and this will lead... Actually, I think I will change course here. Not as good of a turn for bludgeon. For once. So what I think I'll do is I'll inflame myself to try and keep up with these guys. Arguably, that might have been a wrong move. But we're gonna see now, aren't we? That would do a lot of healing, but we'd also take a lot of damage, which is not ideal. He should die next turn. I really hoped, you know, we wouldn't draw, Immolate right there, but we did now, didn't we? That will kill you, give us some block. You know, I think I'll just keep doing this, and then whichever this... hopefully this will get rid of Strike. Yeah, I didn't think it would, though. It wouldn't have made much sense if it did. We're not doing too well, or rather, I'm not doing too well. I'll just tell you, this is pretty much on me. That will at least mitigate some of this. I mean, we're still gonna eat a good 13 damage here. At least we drew Immolate. And we're done. We're back up to 45. I'm not happy about this. Spot weakness. You keep trying to give me that card, and I love the card so much, but I don't really know if we... We don't have Demon Form. We only have Inflame. And that's once that's used up. I mean, this is constantly reused. Well, you know what? Fuck it. It's gonna be a funny run either way. We gotta upgrade. We gotta upgrade. I know you're thinking, dude, you gotta rest. No. If this is the fight I think it will be, we need to upgrade Immolate. No question. I'm actually gonna do it. The Madman is actually gonna try the Lite. Well, this is not what I thought it was gonna be, but I stand by my decision here. It's not a good fight for bludgeon. But that's only gonna heal me 12. I can totally put that to better use later. This guy has to die. He does loads of damage. This is actually a fight I should have done this earlier. Useless in this fight. Could be useful with, Reaper, and that's it. And True Grit. True Grit would give us another 3 block, so it'd basically give us 10 block. Barricade, not gonna be pertinent in this fight. So really the only thing worth a damn here, I guess, would be Feel No Pain, and I'm just not a fan of it right in this deck. We're gonna eat a little bit of damage here, but I do tend to make that declaration probably too much for most people's comfort levels, but he's dead, so what does it matter? That'll do 8 damage. The thing... I should have done that a different way, but he'll still be dead, and I still get a... I didn't need to block. Well, that was a bit of a whoopsie. You don't really want to hit this thing too much, because when you do, it gains strength if you don't kill it. But yeah, if you don't kill the minions in a timely manner, shit goes south pretty quickly, because he buffs them. And... oh shit, I forgot I used Iron Wave. Well, I guess we had to burn anyway, so I guess... I mean, we still should have attacked it, to be fair. This will kill it, and it's precisely what we want to do. We don't really need to shrug it off. We don't really need to do anything here, so we're not gonna. Now, he is outscaling us, but if we just let him keep... oh my god. One time, none of you are freaking attacking. This is why a lot of people don't like spot weakness. Because it's not what you would call, you know, reliable. Well, there, I guess there went that. I forgot. I always forget about Stone Calendar. It's kind of funny that way. Haha. I get to do that. See? Feel no pain actually worked, man. And see, our health is not in a terrible place like I thought it might end up being. That's actually really good. That's a lot of sustain over the course of a run if you're at 50%, which we are darn near. You really want me to go exhaust, don't you? I only have the one thing that exhausts, though, bruh. I don't really want to do that. It's a really good card if you have an exhaust deck. That'll just put it into overdrive, but we don't have an exhaust deck. None of these are really... I mean, none of these really interest me in the least. You can totally over-bloat your deck, so you don't really want to do that. But you can. Okay, there's no blocking here, so we're gonna eat 10 damage either way. The question is, do we want to spread the damage out and do 56 overall? Or do we just really want this guy dead? Well, I guess technically it'd be 56 and then 22, so that'd be, you know, shit. It's more overall damage. I don't know if that was the right thing to do. I think it was, but I don't know. You know, I'm gonna shrug here. I'm gonna do that. We're just gonna totally scale this turn. So that means every attack we do does 6 more damage than it originally intended to do. Which, in this case, does us screw all good. But, yeah. Whoops. We're 1 too short. Like I said, Bludgeon, not a good scaling weapon. It doesn't scale that well with Strength in the least. You know what, we gotta do this. I don't like all these going into our draw pile, but we gotta try and stop the hemorrhaging at least a little bit. At least in my opinion. Now this will kill her next turn, so that's why I love Headbutt, because you can just put whatever you want on the top of your draw pile. That's a lot of healing. Okay. I've committed a cardinal sin here. I didn't check the boss. That is not the Collector. That's the Automaton, I want to say. The Automaton, you need AoE. You need none of these. Really wish I had a Singing Bowl. I've been skipping a lot of cards. We're gonna go this way. Bottle Tornado is not actually pretty great. So now we have Bludgeon. Actually, until we have other stuff, that does fuck all good, because we can only use Bludgeon or Inflame, because we don't have 4 energy, because the game deemed us unworthy of getting an energy relic on the last floor. Okay, hear me out. I know everybody always does the read, but since we have an elite coming up, either way, there's no dodging these elites. And I want to upgrade. I'm actually going to take the rest here. I know it's going to piss people off. You could have had one of 20 cards and chosen, I know, but I want that relic. Alright, for real, I want that relic. We're not going to go Bludgeon this turn, we're going to Inflame, and then we're going to start on the Knight. I used to be of the volition you went on the Cleric, but I've seen the Lite since. The Knight always, seems like always, well, defends the Cleric, so it kind of is pertinent to not go after her. At least in my opinion. Because, well, I guess you're seeing the weakness as the spot weakness now, aren't you? But yeah, she heals him if he's low on health. He blocks for her. See, I was gonna say she's either healing or she's giving him strength, one of the two. I don't think either one's particularly, I'll do 11 plus, let's see, 50% of that would be another 7, so 21. So that would do 11 plus 21 is 33? That would kill you. That'd do 21. Yeah. Totally got my math wrong there, but it actually worked out. We're just gonna outscale you, sweetie. I don't care if it does take Immolate at this point. Well, I don't want to take the damage, so I'm not gonna take the... I mean, I'll still take the damage, but... I'm not happy about how that went down, but it is what it is now, isn't it? Now, she should be dead next turn. Well, or just this turn. Thunderclap is AoE, I know what you're thinking. I want Whirlwind, not that, though. I do have Cleave, and if I add another... I don't know if we need 2 AoE cards, but if I do see a Whirlwind, you bet your butt I'm taking it. What should I use? What should I upgrade? I know with the Automaton, things attack generally every turn. So Spot Weakness can really accelerate our power curve and just bring us to the finish line a hell of a lot faster, which is kind of what this deck needs. So I'm going to make the questionable decision here to upgrade Spot Weakness, even though we've seen it's kind of spotty on whether you actually want to do that, but I'm doing... Oh, hell, it's this group. Oh, hell, it's this group. You know what? I need him dead, and I need him dead this turn. I cannot allow that dude to live, so we're taking 19 damage out of the gate. Oh my god. But it's better than leaving all of them alive. It is so much better than leaving all of them alive. Now that should kill him next turn. So I'm going to try not to take as much damage as humanly possible here. I mean, I'm still going to take it, but... And we'll take another 7. Again, not happy with how this went, but it could have went a hell of a lot worse. And I mean a hell of... Plus we get hit again, we actually upgrade, we actually heal 18 damage. So we're not too mad at taking more damage, as ass backwards as that sounds, but, yeah. We need him to... We don't need him to die next turn, but... We don't want to take any more damage past this point, which we're not going to. So, haha. And, oh my god. Hello, beautiful. We got ourselves a scaling deck for Act 3, boys. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. You know what I'm actually going to take? Oh god, Gremlin Horn is so nice. None of these cards really interest me in the slightest, so let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikes. So I guess we'll get rid of another strike. Don't know if this is mathematically correct of what I should be doing, but we're gonna do it this way. We're definitely upgrading Limit Break because we do not want it exhausting. It's our power ramp. You know what? Perfect turn for Inflame. And get a bash out there to get rid of those artifacts. Not that we really need to get rid of the artifacts, but it will be useful later. Shrug this, please. Limit Break this, please. I do not want to take the chance on getting rid of Reaper, so we're just gonna regular block on this. Because that Reaper could be really... Oh, you son of a whore. Okay, that's fine. That's... I'm not happy about it, but I'm not mad at that either. And we're just gonna scale and ramp up to oblivion, boys. Yep. Now you see how this plan works. Unfortunately, I'm gonna eat about 4 damage here, but that should be just fine. We have a way bigger strength advantage in this than they do. And I mean a lot. That would actually not heal us to full because you have that. Now that would do 36 damage and would heal us to pretty much full, so... Fuck it, why not? Honestly, I can't believe how well this run's going. Oh well, hello neighbor. Jeez, I'm crow. Let's just try. I was gonna say, let's hope that doesn't hit spot weakness, but if it does, this is big bow schmack attack. If you survive this, you're pretty much set. We don't want to use that yet. Let's just go with the old favorite of just smacking the piss out of him, because that's what our deck does best, just smacking the piss out of it. Yep. You know that as well as I do. We have more than enough HP to make this happen, and so long as we do draw something next turn to attack with, which we did, he's basically done at this point. Okay, he is done, because we have Immolate coming up. But you gotta go out with a bang, right? Boom. Juggernaut! I love Juggernaut, it just doesn't fit in this deck in the least. Boy, you really want me to go defensive, don't you? Juggernaut does make every defend essentially an Iron Wave, basically. But it's another card we have to sift through in order to get to our win conditions. You sons of bitches. I guess we're doing this playthrough with 3 frickin' energy. We have 2 choices. Well, 3 choices. I mean, Empty Cage is not terrible, but I don't think we want to remove one of our few cards as is. Black Blood is more consistent, Regen, which is what I'm leaning toward. It replaces this, it gives us 4 more at the end of every battle. Eternal Feather. I mean, there's usually only like 2 or 3 rests at max, so I think Black Blood's more value here. So we're gonna go with Black Blood. We're doing this on 3 energy. Thank God we didn't get Demon Form. Otherwise, we would be fucked. We're going to try and dodge elites here. I don't normally do that, but I'm pretty confident our deck can kill things just fine. I'd rather kill the... What is the boss, by the way? Okay, no, we're actually really good. This is an optimal outcome. This was not an optimal first turn, but this is an optimal outcome. This guy sucks ass. Just because of his thorns. But so long as we get Reaper, we should be fine here. Well, that would just totally beat the piss out of him, but let's just... We'll get up to 83. We'll be up to 83. Probably should have Reapered that. None of those interest me whatsoever. Poison's not really going to be relevant. The Speed Potion could save my butt, though. Oh, this is an easy one. Fight a boss. By this point in the game, if you can't fight a boss worth a damn from first act, you're in trouble. Like, that's almost always the better option in these encounters. Because they don't have that much HP. They actually have less HP usually than the friggin'... Okay, he splits in 46 damage. We're actually gonna take damage here, but it's fine. He splits into smaller enemies. Reaper can get us back to full health, don't worry too much. Especially with the ramping we're gonna do. We will eat some... Well, that was actually pretty retarded of me. So that was absolutely no sense in doing what I just did there. Just throwing it out there. But we did it, so here we are now, aren't we? I'm gonna split you, because I can get you down to below 50, which is... I don't know if that's optimal. But we're here now, aren't we? And we're ramping up, so... Immolate will not kill the both of you, though I think it will make my Reaper... Actually, since you're both splitting now, hopefully Reaper comes back around. Shit. It ain't coming around. I'm not happy about that. But we should. Whenever you exhaust a card, deal. Jesus Christ. We'll use Havoc then. I don't want to use Havoc. All we have is Reaper, you sons of bitches. Stop doing this to me. You're making me look like an idiot. What's the rest of this looking like? Do we have a store coming up anywhere in the near future? No, we don't. We do have one later. Writhe is not the worst of them all. So I actually will just do this for the heal. I don't know if that's a... Well, actually, well, shit, dude. Oh my god. You sons of bitches. Why did you do this to me? You know what? That's 294. I don't have 294. For those who don't know, it's just something you can dead draw. I mean, it's not like pain or shame or regret or anything like that, or even decay. Writhe is one of the better ones you can have. So I'm almost considering just buying the oddly... you know what, fuck it. For those who don't know what dexterity does, it improves your block. Gain from the cards by 1, so every single one of our blocks becomes 6 block. Shrug becomes 12. True Grit 8. You see how it goes here. Might not seem like a lot, but that... it helps. It helps. Worst first turn of all time. Just gonna throw it out there. I was kind of hoping to get a fucking energy relic, I'm not gonna lie here, from the last floor. Unfortunately, we didn't get one. So here we are now, aren't we? Yeah, I'm just kind of planning just to beat the friggin' hell out of this guy on this turn. I mean, we're still gonna take damage from this encounter. I'm not pleased with it, but it could have gone much worse. I act like it is done. Yeah, that could have went much worse, but it didn't, so there we are now, aren't we? I'm not fighting elites on this floor. I've already went over just why I'm not doing that. I will upgrade Iron Wave because it's kind of lackluster at this point. And it does gain bonus from the oddly smooth stone, so that is something to keep in mind. That will... okay, this fight can really suck or be really easy depending on the situation. We cannot kill something outright, so we probably should just do this. We want to kill one of the ones on the side, since this one has less HP and is not going to be blocking next turn. That seems like the right play to me. I could have used this, but that's a massive waste on this group. This group, almost always somebody is attacking, so it's not... oh my... well, now this turn might actually be worth it. You know, this, because we don't want to take loads of damage while we ramp up. I don't like using a potion in this fight, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta do it, brother. Sometimes you gotta. I mean, we're basically just ramping up, and eventually we'll be able to one-shot them using Cleave at this point. It's kind of what I'm just waiting for here. This will kill you. It will not kill you. But we gotta play it. Then it's a matter of... we gotta kill... one of you. Is just which one's it gonna be. I think I'm gonna kill you. And you might go going, why? He does more damage. Yeah, but the way these things work is, if you don't all kill them on the same turn, basically, they respawn. So, I really wish I had Reaper right here, but I don't. So here we are, finish it now. Yeah, they respawn if you don't kill all of them before the next turn, so... that's why I was just kind of in a hurry to kill everything there. You know, just in a rush. This fight is mean and nasty, so I'm going to just throw a poison out right now. I don't know if that was intelligent. That would only gain 5 damage from that. It's not really worth it in the least. This would ramp us, but this thing I really wish I had an artifact potion right now. That artifact potion would save us so much damage in this fight. You gotta go bludgeon on this thing. This thing has to die quickly. It has to. It has to. I say that and I'm going defensive, but again, I've kind of... I mean, if you didn't see what happened there, we are constricted. At the end of it, so basically add 10 to whatever he's doing. So 26 damage we have to block. We cannot block 26 damage, just FYI. We can block 14, which means we're going to take another 12 here. Do you see why I said this thing has to die quickly? Because it does shitloads of damage, Captain. Just loads of the stuff. And we don't have loads of freaking health left. We will never draw Reaper for the rest of our lives, it seems. But, I really hope it's next turn. There we are. Oh, that was a little bit... That was a little bit touch and go. You gotta go impervious here. You gotta. Well, that's, neat. Can we kill the Act 4 boss? I think I gotta go this and just run the gamut. We gotta run the risk here. We gotta. Okay, now this fight is one of the more unique fights of the game. It can suck if your deck does not ramp or the dam. Let's see. I think we're gonna do things this way. I don't like doing things this way, but we're gonna do things this way. We're gonna take 2 damage. 2 damage is fine. That would bring us to 7, 14, 24, 16. We take 16 damage that way. But that's really all we can do. We built this deck up in such a specific way. I mean, that gets rid of 29 damage. That only gets rid of 20. I'm still gonna take 11 damage here, but hopefully the rest of this fight will go smooth as... It's not going smooth as butter, because we got a shit hand. God damn you, Headbutt, for being back there. 31, 37, I would still take 13 more damage. If we had 4 energy, we would be fine, but we don't. If we had 4 energy, we could just Reaper Immolate, or Bash Reaper would be even better. But no, the game said you don't deserve a fucking energy, then you don't deserve it, so you don't get one. Okay, bottom line, that's gonna do 36 essentially. We're still gonna lose 14. That would be 31. Okay, either way, we lose frickin' 13. That would set us up for next turn. But the odds of us drawing Reaper again is 1 in... what, 18, 20? 1 in 20? Well, no, not 1 in 20. It'd be... yeah, 1 in 20. So about a 5% chance. This fight sucks. Right now. Yeah, so you're saying there's a chance. I'm saying there's a chance. This is the best way of doing it. So we're gonna do it this way. Fuck. Well... this did not go particularly well. Like, in the least bit. 46 plus 25 would be... 68, yeah. At least it didn't go as poorly as it might have. It just went pretty poorly. We're still alive. We're still... you know what? I gotta rest. I really don't want to. You don't want to have to rest? But if you have to, you know? It's just one of those things. This thing needs to die quickly, but it also ramps up pretty quickly as well, so I am going to try and ramp with it. Surely not... oh, Jesus Christ. Well, I don't think Limit Break is the play here. Well, it's only... we're frail, which sucks. We have essentially 75 health right now. He'll be taking, oh, about a third of that if we don't do anything right just now. Actually, we'll be taking 12 damage, so we'll be down to 50 right just now. This will set, what are we likely to draw? We're likely to draw something pretty good, so I'm gonna let it ride here. I'm gonna let it ride. I should not have let it ride, but I did now, didn't I? We don't need the block, so either one's really is fine here. We don't have anything in our discard pile. That's only going to gain us 7 HP. We really kind of want to wait for Reaper, as death-defying as it is. But we also want to use True Grit, but if we do, we run the chance of using Reaper. It's a 1 in 3 shot of Reaper getting screwed, and if that happens, then we have no way of healing other than Black Blood, and my Blood Potion, which I'm trying to save for the boss fight, thank you very much. We don't want to bring back Defend. The only things we could bring back is if we... We're taking 16, this would take it down to 12. That would take it down to 6, but we'd run the risk of... This is why you upgrade True Grit instead of everything else, you bloody idiot. Instead of freaking Iron Wave, you should have upgraded True Grit. I hear you say that over the monitor. I hear you say it. And I don't necessarily disagree. You're probably right. We're going down to 38. We gotta start doing damage. We gotta. He's... Because he starts getting outrageous. Yeah. Remember when I said he gets outrageous? I wasn't just saying that. He gets outrageous. And that's just the beginning of the outraging. Yep. Fortunately, we are gaining some health back from this. And if we get... I was gonna say if we get a decent draw here, that's more damage than Bludgeon almost. We're actually gonna use Impervious here. I know you probably don't want me to, but this was pretty much the ideal draw, and we will bring back Bludgeon just cause we want the guaranteed win. Okay, so that could have gone a lot worse. Could have gone a lot worse. How many feel no pains and shit are you going to give me before I tell you? We do have 2 exhausts now, a whole 2. I don't want any of that. Keep it. I don't want it. This could be a problem. Just a little bit. One of these has to die. That will die in the next turn after that. So he's out of the question, the one on the left. Do I really want to spin that, though? 28. 38. That is not going to kill you, and we'd be eating 23 damage to the face, but to be fair, all we have is block. So, you gotta immolate. Well, yeah, I guess you didn't have to, but... if we get... that would take it down to, let's see, 4 plus 13, 17 damage. I don't like that. Actually, that's less. I forgot our blocks are not 5 anymore. Definitely shrugged this turn. Didn't really have to, I guess, but next turn that thing hopefully will be dead. We just need 11 damage to kill it, which we got. And then pray we get Reaper, which we're not going to because we have a full draw pile. I hate that fight so much. Give me a healing thing, for the love of Christ. You gave me pretty much... what's the antithesis of a healing event? Oh, right, this one. That's what that is. Why do you give me this event? You know I don't want this event, but you give it to me nonetheless. Basically, we're trying to just really quickly outscale this guy before we die. It's a race against time, and I'm not confident we can win this, to be quite honest here. That will take that up to 22 damage. Wait, no. Yeah, 22 damage, plus 16 damage. Really nowhere near enough. Nowhere near enough. You sons of bitches. I think this might be the one where we die. I don't want it to be the where we die, but I think it might be where we die, because that's... I would gain 4, be 16. That brings us up to 31. 10, nope, we die if that happens. So now we're taking 20. We're still dead if we don't do anything else. Because he's doing 32, remember. So 18 plus 15 is 33. We would live by 1 right now. You gotta go for broke on the next turn, which I don't think we will survive. That would add 16 to this. Well, la-di fucking da. Well, we lived. Not by a fuckload, but we lived. That would actually be really nice with our build. So I'm gonna take it. Now, if I thought that I could survive this next thing, I would totally recall so you could see the Act 4 boss. I, however, am not, so I'm going to rest, because I'd rather just not get the final boss but still win than try for the final boss and die right here. Hopefully that makes sense. Every time you play a power, which that was our only one power right there, he gains 1 strength, so that's basically the gimmick of this fight. That would not do us jack all good, and this does us jack all good, but we might as well drink it because fuck it, why not? So our health's gonna get chunked right here, and it will continue to do so. Yep. This fight is not what you would call fun sometimes. You gotta take the cultists out quickly. I mean, you just have to. I think we're dead. No, we're very close, though. Well, hell, son. We have to Reaper here. It's a requirement at this point. I could use an energy potion to block, but we run the risk of it getting rid of Twin Strike. That would be another 6 block opposed to 14. You know what? I'm gonna do that, because this is the last fucking fight, so why not, right? The more strength you have, the better Twin Strikes is, so... yeah, I won't spoil what happens at the end of this fight, just suffice it to say, it will not be a fun experience in the least bit. Well, we're gonna try and end it right here, because if we don't, shit gets spotty. Actually, no, you know what, we won't. We'll just do this. At least we're only taking 1 damage now. 41 damage twice. Well, if we want to survive, we essentially have to do it that way. Well, Immolate's not the greatest in this fight anyway. Well, we won! No, we didn't. No, we certainly did fucking not. He's gonna pull a Sigma. Mm-hmm. Tally-ho, lads. We fucking won. And that's why we do strength, baby. I was getting ready to say tally-ho, lads, we lost, but apparently not. So this is a good first showing of Slay the Spire. I at least didn't frickin' die, but yeah. We won. If I could have gotten the last key, this would not be the end of it. But we would have died if I hadn't rested. Bottom line. This is not a great score, by the way. Probably because I dodged so many elites in the last one. Which is why I got a 0 modifier bonus. I would have got an extra 20 points, so it would have almost been at 800. I think my record... well, I guess we can check what my record is real quick, can't we? Well, as soon as I get out of this... my record for... where was that at? Might have been under statistics, which I was right where I was. Does it show at the bottom? Oh, yeah, it does. My highest score was 923. So, I'm not the best at this game, but... I mean, as you can see, with my win-loss ratios, I'm a lot better with the Ironclad, but I have a lot of fun on the Silent. I know you're looking at this and going, good God, man, you must suck at this game. Hey, I won, didn't I? So... I mean, I know it was Ascension 0, but hey, I won. Actually, Ascension 1's actually a little easier if you have a powerful deck early on, because you get more elites, so you get more relics, which means you get more powerful. Yep. This was a slow run because I was trying to explain the basic mechanics to people. That will not be in every other video, so I'm going to assume from this point on you know the mechanics. So hopefully I will see you all on the next Slay the Spire. Probably doing the Silent next time, so... later, everyone. Until then.